You replay it again. The conversation that ended badly. The version of you that said the wrong thing. The year that hurt and somehow still won't leave. You tell yourself to move on. You've told yourself that 100 times. But some nights your mind doesn't go forward, it goes back. And the strange part isn't that you remember it, it's that some part of you keeps choosing to. Today, we're going to look at why the mind does this, not to shame it, to understand it. Because what feels like being stuck might actually be your brain trying to finish something. You know the moment. You're doing something ordinary, washing a dish, driving home, lying in the dark, and suddenly you're not here anymore. You're back in that room, that argument, that silence after the phone call. Your chest tightens, even though nothing is happening right now. This isn't weakness. It isn't living in the past, the way people say it dismissively. It's a documented pattern. Psychologists call it rumination, the mind's tendency to return again and again to unresolved emotional material. And here's the part most people miss. Rumination isn't random. It's targeted. Your brain doesn't replay boring memories. It replays the ones that still carry a charge. So let's pause here, because if you've ever felt embarrassed about this, like you should just get over it, you're judging a survival mechanism as if it were a personality flaw. It isn't. The brain has a built-in system for this. It's called the Zeigarnik Effect, named after a psychologist who noticed something curious. Waiters remembered unpaid orders in vivid detail, but forgot the ones already settled almost instantly. Completed things fade. Unfinished things stay lit. Your past isn't haunting you because it was the worst thing that happened to you. It's haunting you because emotionally it never got closed, not shut, not solved, not answered, just left open. And the brain does not like open doors. Here's what's actually happening beneath the surface. Your brain has two competing jobs. One, keep you safe by learning from painful experiences so you don't repeat them. Two, file away resolved experiences so they stop taking up space. When something painful happens and gets resolved, an apology, an explanation, a sense of closure, the brain tags it, handled, it archives it. But when something painful happens and there's no resolution, no apology, no clarity, no fair ending, the brain can't file it. So it does the only thing it knows how to do with an unfinished file. It keeps opening it again and again, not to torture you, to try one more time to finish the story. This is why the memories that loop loudest are rarely the saddest ones. They're the unresolved ones, the ones with a question mark still hanging at the end. There's a second layer to this. It's called negativity bias, the mind's tendency to give painful or threatening experiences more psychological weight than neutral or positive ones. Evolutionarily, this made sense. A pleasant memory never kept an ancestor alive. A remembered threat did. So your brain isn't malfunctioning when the argument replays louder than the compliment. It's running code that's thousands of years old, code that once meant survival, now misfiring in a world with far fewer real threats and far more emotional ones. You're not weak for remembering the wound. You're wired to. So if the past keeps returning because it's unfinished, the way forward isn't forgetting, it's finishing. Here are 5 ways the mind actually lets go. Vague pain loops forever. Specific pain can be processed. Ask yourself plainly, what answer was I never given? What ending did I not get to choose? Naming it moves it from a feeling to a fact your mind can work with. Psychologists call this expressive writing, and it has one of the strongest evidence bases in all of emotional processing research. You don't need the other person to explain themselves. You can write the closing paragraph yourself. The brain often can't tell the difference between an external resolution and a self-authored one. Both can close the file. This is where cognitive reframing does its quiet work. The event happened, that's fixed, but the meaning,
I was unlovable. I failed. I'm broken. That part isn't the event. That's a story layered on top of it. You can keep the memory and release the verdict. Painful memories aren't only stored in thought, they're stored somatically, in tension, in breath, in posture. This is why movement, breath work, or simply exhaling fully can shift a memory that talking alone couldn't touch. The nervous system needs to know the danger is over, too. You cannot out-argue a rumination loop, but you can interrupt it with a specific absorbing task that asks something of your attention. Not distraction to escape, redirection to regulate. The goal isn't to never think of it again. The goal is to stop needing to. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Your mind isn't haunted. It's incomplete in the way a story is incomplete, not the way a person is broken. Every time the memory returns, it isn't punishing you. It's asking quietly, are we done here yet? And for the first time, you get to answer. You don't have to force the past to disappear. You just have to stop leaving the door open for it to walk back through. Name it, finish it, release the meaning you were never meant to carry. The past isn't chasing you. It's waiting for you to close the door, gently, on your own terms. And when you do, it stops being a memory that visits you. It becomes one you simply carry.